Athens is more than just ancient ruins. It's a vibrant mix of history and modern street life. In this video, I take you through the must-see spots in the Greek capital. Whether you're planning a short trip or you just want to soak up the vibe, this guide is for you.
So I'm the only one at the Acropolis today. Nobody else wanted to go. I guess the weather isn't that good today.
Athens, a city of over 3 million people, the capital of Greece, with a fascinating history. A place welcoming 6 to 7 million tourists every year. When you come to Athens, you will notice that the Acropolis can be seen from almost everywhere in the city. It's the icon of Greek history, built in the 5th century BCE during the golden age of Athens to honor the goddess Athena, the city's patron deity. Renovation started in the 70s and will probably last for much longer. The Acropolis, which means high city in Greek. It is a fortified hilltop complex made of famous monuments. Among them is the Odeon of Herodes Atticus, a stunning Roman-era stone theater still used today for concerts and performances. Then there is the Propylaea, the grand entrance to the Acropolis that showcases classical symmetry and striking marble architecture. You also find the Caryatid at the Areopagus, sculpted female figures used as elegant columns and one of the most iconic sights on the hill. They are so beautiful. And of course there's the iconic Parthenon. For over 2,500 years it's been through wars, explosion and earthquakes, but it's still here. Built for Athena, the city's favorite goddess. The marble masterpiece was once home to a giant gold statue. Its architects Ictinos and Calycrates used subtle optical illusions to achieve harmony. The 46 outer columns slightly bulge in the middle to appear straight from a distance and tilt slightly inward, which creates a sense of balance and strength. The floor gently curves upward in the center to correct visual distortion. And interestingly, the blocks are held together with precisely cut joints and metal clamps. Come here early or for sunset to enjoy the spectacular view. From here you can also see the Panathenaic Stadium, the only stadium in the world built entirely of maple, and the site of the first modern Olympic Games in 1896. Also very visible from the Acropolis is the Acropolis Museum. I loved it, was overwhelmed by the exhibition and took only one photo. Enjoy it for yourself. Here you see the Olympieion. Not much remains, but the massive Corinthian columns are impressive. It was once one of the largest temples in the ancient world, dedicated to Zeus, and it took over 600 years to complete. Right next to it is the Arch of Hadrian, built in 131 CE to honor the Roman emperor. It marked the boundary between Old Greek Athens and the new Roman city. Also easy to spot is the Stoa of Attalos, a fully reconstructed ancient colonnade that now houses the Museum of the Ancient Agora. It's a great place to imagine life in classical Athens, as this was once the civic and shopping center of the ancient city. If you leave the Acropolis to the northwest, head to the Areopagus Hill, popular sunset spot. Tourists and locals alike sit on the rocks to take in the golden hour view. Be careful though, the stones can be slippery. Alternatively, walk down toward the smell of souvlaki and gyros to reach the Monastiraki Square. The buzzing area is filled with street performers, food stalls and a famous flea market. From here you're close to Hadrian's library, built in 132 CE as a repository of knowledge and philosophy, and the Gate of Athena, Archegetis, the grand entrance to the Roman Forum of Athens, funded by Julius Caesar and Augustus. You're now almost in Plaka, one of my favorite areas, because of its winding alleys, small shops and traditional tavernas. If you go even closer to the Acropolis Hill, you'll find Anafiotika, a tiny, almost hidden neighborhood built by craftsmen from the island of Anafi in the 19th century. The whitewashed houses and narrow path make it feel like a cycladic island village, right in the heart of the city. It's very quiet, so please be especially respectful. there's more to see in the city center. The Hellenic Parliament is located at the Syntagma Square, where you can watch the changing of the guards in front of the tomb of the unknown soldier. One of the most charming sights is the church of Panagia Kapnikarea, a beautiful Byzantine church from the 11th century located right in the middle of Ermuz Street, Athens' main shopping boulevard. Also nearby is the Metropolitan Cathedral of Athens, completed in 1862, which blends neoclassical and Byzantine architecture and contains beautiful frescoes inside. Also not to miss is the Athenian trilogy with the National Library, the University of Athens, founded in 1837 as the first university in the newly independent Greek state, and the Academy of Athens, inspired by ancient Greek temples and known for its grand facade and statues of Plato and Socrates. All over the city you'll find great restaurants, but Psiri is special. It's known for its lively taverns, bars and cafes like Little Kook, a fairy tale themed place that changes its decoration every season. Psiri is also a fantastic area for nightlife in general. If you're into LGBTQ+ nightlife, Gazi is a place to be, full of inclusive clubs, stylish bars and energetic crowds. Athens is also one of European street art capitals. You'll find entire walls transformed into bold, thought-provoking murals created by international artists and locals. The mix of political messages, serial creatures, ancient myth references, and just pure creative chaos side by side makes Athens street art so inspiring. It's not just decoration, it's the reaction to the city's social and economic struggles. Within a day you can see most major attractions. But give yourself 3 days to explore it all at a relaxed pace and to enjoy some ouzo or cold Mythos beer in between. Thank you for watching and sorry for mispronouncing so many words. I hope you enjoyed the video and let me know in the comments what else there is in Athens.